Okay, so our last ghost hunting adventure ended quite abruptly, didn't it? So, we returned. Josh and I decided to hunt ghosts again, because apparently we didn't get absolutely terrified enough the first time. So for the first hunt, after adding one singular glow stick that I had to my name to our list of equipment, we started up our lovely little van and set off to this wacky little house. I stole Josh's equipment and then we rushed in and stumbled upon a skull, of which was not only ghost evidence, but also something I took very, very seriously. Yeah, I'm teabagging over a skull. But apparently this ghost absolutely loved cars, which was great on one hand, but also would have been better if they had left them unlocked. We spared absolutely no time in wandering into the basement, and we discovered this red box. You see it? If the power goes off, we need to fondle this knob right here. Yeah, I love this ghost. They've got a blimmin' 3-monitor gaming setup. What a lad. Josh was in fact so upset by this setup that he left me outside the house out of jealousy. All alone. Now would be the perfect time for a ghost to come and crush my soul. But I got a call from Josh telling me that the ghost is a lady! Which took all seriousness out of the window, as for some reason I had the bright idea to try and flirt with the ghost. I'm not sorry, I was pretty afraid, so I did anything I could to lighten the mood. But apparently, she didn't like that, because she started making some wacky breathing noises. Though the ump reader had yet to go off, which meant that my death wasn't all too close just yet. And Josh gave me this lovely little ghost box, where I was able to speak to the lady ghost herself. Oh yeah, and this doll is apparently ghost evidence according to Josh, though I'm just gonna take his word for it. I'm not fact checking it. The ghost kept on breathing on the pair of us, even though the oomph reader wasn't going off. Oh, and Josh left me to my own devices, so I was left to ghost hunt on my own for a little while. I grabbed myself an extra oomph reader, and then stormed into the house after giving Josh epilepsy, and well then look at that door! There's more than one light by this door! Oh, never mind, Josh is back. And just in time for the electricity to be turned off. So we took a casual stroll into the basement to slap the power back online, because nothing bad has ever happened in a basement. Oh, and would you look at that? The ghost has finally opened the door and allowed for me to enter their DMs. But I knew better. I plopped myself onto the Among Us cameras, while Josh decided to have a flirtatious chat with the ghost. But nothing eventful happened, because obviously the ghost would never want to talk to Josh. So I re-entered the house as Josh strolled back into the van. And of course, me being alone with the ghost was bound to go swimmingly. I found out a ton of facts about her. Example 1, she needs a better electrician. Example 2, she's a car fanatic. Bet she loves Cars 3. Closing the door, are we? Oh, what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors, am I right? Example 3, her hugs are really blimmin' good. Wait, oh goodness! What happens behind closed doors should 100% stay behind closed doors. Holy frick! I guess you could say she ghosted my DMs. Josh thought he could try and show me how it was done, but he didn't fare any better in the slightest. And that was the end of our fiasco with the ghost. Lesson learned. Do not try to hit on the supernatural. So with this newfound knowledge, we accepted our next job. However, this round was in intermediate mode instead of amateur mode, which meant that the play started with all of its lights off. So we had to start off with a game of hide and seek between us and the electrical box. Oh, and we also found remnants of someone attempting to summon demons, but we ignore that. We roamed around to attempt to turn on all of the lights in the area that we could, read a magazine with a ghost, and don't you tell me that that fan did not look like a person, because I'm telling you it blimmin' does. Oh, and would you look at that? The lights are back on. Don't worry, they won't be for long. Yup, the power was turned off again. So we rushed upstairs to find the wacky red box that controls the electricity of the barn we were in, of which was where we also assumed the ghost would still be. And up there we were also able to see freezing temperatures, which was one of the key pieces of evidence we needed to determine what type of ghost we were dealing with was. I suggested that we started speaking to the ghost, which went about as well as you might think. Donald Anderson! We have a few questions. You ever watched YouTube? This is like a Q&A session, big man. Hey, ghost! Why did a chicken cross the road?
Oh my god. I'm getting no readings.
Donald Anderson, give us a sign. Is this your domain? Do you live here? Donald Anderson? Josh? 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 You good? Josh?
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Why?
I'm just gonna hide in here.
The power tunnel. Is he coming? Is he coming? Sorry, what's that, Josh? The ghost is here? Well then, let me relive my middle school days in order to defend myself from it. And based off of the fact that there were no fingerprints and that it didn't respond to any of my questions, Josh predicted it would either be a Yuri or an Oni type ghost. And so with that, we decided to leave. With the ghost, we decided on being a Yuri. Don't make the joke. I know you're thinking it. Oh, my flashlight started flickering. Josh!
Bro, get out the house, get out the house, get out the house.
Get out of the house! I get out of the house! I can't see where I'm going! It's there, Josh is there, it's there.
Bro, get out the house, get out the house. Get out of the house, bro.
Ah, I'm dead. Run, Jake, run.
Oh, hello, Josh. Oh, whoopsie. Okay, he's dead. Ah! Sanity low, activity high, Josh dead, and I wanted to leave. But I took about another, like, 5 minutes trying to figure out how to save my own blimming hide. So Josh came from the dead to tell me how to bail. And guess what? It wasn't even a Yuri! It was a shade! But the third time is always the charm. So after Josh did a bit of personal exploring of his own, he turned on the power and I found out the ghost's name. And we were now set to tick off some supernatural chaps. I explored possible hiding from ghost locations, and then the ghost zapped off the power again. And guess where the fancy red box was? In the basement! Again! How brilliant! Oh, what if the ghost is a little gremlin? Well, might as well check under the cupboards! And apparently this door opened by itself! Oh my gosh, it's EMF5! Ah! Oh, and he thoroughly enjoys pumping up the water bill. Because, damn, look at those taps running. We went back to the van to check the optional objectives, and it turns out we don't have the resources to do half of the objectives the game wants us to do! So we just went in blind with the ghost journal, hoping that the ghost would write something useful. Like the words subscribe to Chike Mason. Which, I mean, I don't think you should question an undead spirit, so you know exactly what to do. Oh wow, okay, well the activity has spiked. So we waited it out. We narrowly escaped the ghost while it was on the prowl. So Josh placed this green thing in the sink room and also plopped a camera so we could vlog our experience and make some epic clickbait out of it. Josh also asked me to monitor the camera he placed down and to check if I saw a ghost about, which I was perfectly fine to do as I was safe and sound in the van. But Josh was a different story. I mean, look at him! This ghost really likes taps, can I just say. I mean, a good old drink of water has never hurt anyone. But a ghost with fists of steel has hurt Josh before! Which I got front row seats to his death. Which I, of course, handled with absolute brilliance. Oh. Josh, you good? Oh! Oh no! Ah! Well then! I think I know where the ghost is. He's definitely in there. But I had also acquired solid evidence while watching Josh's death. I felt like I should explore the house to see if I could weasel any more clickbait out of the house. But yeah, no thanks! I had enough clickbait, I had enough evidence, so I left. Josh's dead body, still just vibing there. I thought I had it. I thought I knew what the ghost was. But I didn't. The ghost type was a Raija. We had not found a single blimming ghost correctly. In part 2 of our ghost hunting adventure, no progress was made in the slightest. Just you wait, as there is part 3 coming soon. Josh and Jake crying over pixelated spirits in our quest to try and acquire the best supernatural clickbait. Let's go!